What if one of the most powerful Christian empires in history was never in Europe, but in Africa? It minted its own gold coins that circulated across oceans, built monuments taller than many Egyptian obelisks, protected early Christians when Rome was still uncertain, and was named by ancient writers as one of the four greatest powers on earth. Yet almost no one outside Ethiopia has ever heard of it. This is the forgotten story of the Aksumite Empire, and what its quiet wisdom can still teach us today in our own uncertain times. You can imagine standing on the fertile highlands of northern Ethiopia and Eritrea more than 1,800 years ago. The air carries the scent of frankincense and distant sea salt mixed with the rich earth after rain. Around you, a civilization is quietly taking shape, not through endless conquest, but through patient adaptation and strategic vision drawn from the land itself. The roots of Aksum reach back to the pre-Aksumite dim civilization, centered around sites like Yeha. By the 1st century CE, the city of Aksum had become the heart of a growing kingdom. Positioned at a natural crossroads along the Red Sea, it controlled vital routes linking the Roman Empire, Arabia, India, and the African interior. Goods flowed steadily, gold, ivory, and exotic animals outward, spices, textiles, and manufactured goods inward. Unlike empires built primarily on the sword, Aksum thrived as a reliable hub of exchange and trust. The Persian prophet Mani, in the 3rd century, listed Aksum as one of the four great powers of the ancient world alongside Rome, Persia, and China. Its rulers began minting their own coins in gold, silver, and bronze, among the first in sub-Saharan Africa, bearing inscriptions in Ge'ez and Greek that announced their authority far and wide. They developed and refined the Ge'ez script, which remains in use in Ethiopian liturgy and literature today. What made Aksum stand out was its innovation and cultural synthesis. Its engineers erected towering monolithic obelisks, some over 100 feet tall, carved from single granite blocks with remarkable precision. Most profoundly, Aksum became one of the world's earliest Christian states. This faith provided moral cohesion, forged alliances across the Mediterranean, and offered a deeper sense of purpose that helped sustain the kingdom through centuries of change. In this highland world of patient farming, skilled craftsmanship, and open trade, you sense a different kind of power, one rooted in stability, adaptability, and quiet confidence. Core Lesson 1. The Patient Rise. Power through strategic trade and positioning. You do not need to conquer the world to shape it. Sometimes the wisest path is to position yourself where the currents of life naturally converge and serve them well. From its highland capital, Aksum dominated the port of Adulis and became the indispensable middleman in Red Sea commerce. Merchants from Rome, India, and Arabia trusted its stable systems and fair practices. This economic wisdom allowed the kingdom to flourish without constant overextension, though it did achieve key victories, such as King Ezana's campaigns against the declining kingdom of Kush, Miro, in the 4th century. Reflection. In your own life, consider where the trade routes of opportunity flow in your work, relationships, and community. Focus on controlling what you can, your skills, networks, and daily disciplines. Build quiet leverage. Strategic positioning and reliability often outlast raw force. Where could you position yourself more wisely this year? Core Lesson 2. Significant figures and the foundation of faith. Around 325 to 340 CE, King Ezana embraced Christianity under the influence of Frumentius, a Syrian Christian who had been shipwrecked, enslaved, and later rose as tutor and advisor to the royal family. Ezana made it the state religion, one of the earliest such acts by any ruler, and replaced traditional symbols on coins with the cross. Frumentius became the first bishop of Aksum, consecrated by the Patriarch of Alexandria, laying the foundation for the Ethiopian Orthodox Church that endures today. Later in the 6th century, King Caleb extended this influence by intervening in Yemen to protect persecuted Christian communities, sending forces across the Red Sea in coordination with Byzantine interests. The lesson? In uncertain times, root yourself in a deeper purpose, whether faith, philosophy, or ethics. Shared conviction creates resilience where mere power falters. What convictions are quietly anchoring you through the changes in your own life? Core Lesson 3, Engineering Ambition, Innovation, and Contributions. Walk among the stelae today, and you sense the scale of Aksumite vision and technical mastery. These massive obelisks, some the largest monoliths ever attempted, were carved with remarkable precision from single granite blocks, transported and erected as funerary monuments for kings and nobles. Beyond stone, Aksum contributed the refined gaze writing system with its own alphabet, sophisticated coinage that facilitated international trade, advanced agriculture on terraced highlands, and the spread of Christianity deep into sub-Saharan Africa. Yet impermanence whispers here too. Many obelisks eventually fell due to time, earthquakes, or shifting priorities. This invites a Stoic-style reflection. Create boldly, but hold results lightly. True contribution lies in what endures in spirit, knowledge, and the lives we touch. Core Lesson 4, Cultural Synthesis and International Diplomacy. Aksum was never isolated. It wove together local Aga traditions with influences from South Arabia and the Mediterranean. This synthesis produced a unique civilization, confident in its identity, yet open to the world. Through diplomacy and selective military action, it maintained alliances that extended its reach while preserving its core. This teaches us the value of thoughtful openness, integrating what is useful from other cultures while staying rooted in your own values and heritage. In our globalized age, how can you practice this kind of wise synthesis in your personal and professional life? Core Lesson 5, The Demise and Legacy in Obscurity. No empire lasts forever. From the 7th century onward, Aksum faced the rise of Islam redirecting Red Sea trade. Environmental pressures such as deforestation and soil erosion from intensive agriculture, shifting global patterns, and migrations by neighboring peoples. The capital's population gradually shrank and power transformed southward. Why has it been largely forgotten outside its region? Changing trade routes, geographic isolation after the rise of new powers, and the focus of later historical narratives on other civilizations played roles. Yet its Christian legacy lived on powerfully in Ethiopian dynasties and the Orthodox Church. The insight: greatness is not always measured by enduring fame, but by the depth of what is built and passed forward quietly through time. In our rapidly changing 2026 world of economic uncertainty, cultural transitions, and shifting global powers, Aksum's story offers grounded, timeless wisdom. Position yourself strategically where value can flow. Draw strength from deep conviction. Innovate boldly in your craft while accepting impermanence. And when recognition fades, remember that legacies often whisper across centuries rather than shout. You carry the same potential within you. In your daily choices, how you build relationships, pursue work, and face challenges, you too can mint personal integrity, raise monuments of character, and stand rooted in purpose amid changing winds. Modern application: position yourself strategically in your Red Sea of opportunities. Draw strength from convictions that outlast trends. Innovate with ambition, but hold outcomes lightly. Practice cultural synthesis by learning openly while staying true to your values. And when influence shifts, trust that quiet legacies endure. These principles remain practical whether you are building a career, a family, or a community. In essence, the Aksumite Empire rose through wise positioning and patient trade, embraced Christianity with remarkable conviction, created enduring monuments of stone and spirit, synthesized cultures thoughtfully, and eventually transformed as the world around it changed. It reminds us that true power often grows quietly, rooted in strategy, faith, adaptability, and patient vision, and that some legacies matter most not for how loudly they are remembered, but for how deeply they endure. As the sun sets over those ancient obelisks still reaching toward the sky after 17 centuries, let Aksum speak gently to you. From humble highland beginnings through faith-forged resilience, engineering ambition, and eventual transformation, this African Christian superpower challenges us to look beyond familiar histories and see the quiet strength possible in any age and any place. If this forgotten empire moved you, pause for a moment and ask yourself, what small strategic step will you take this week toward a more resilient, purposeful life? Share your reflections in the comments below. Your thoughts become part of a living legacy. Subscribe to Forgotten Wisdom for more timeless stories that illuminate the path ahead. Until we meet again, walk gently through your days, build with patience and conviction, and honor the wisdom that time has not erased. May the quiet strength of Aksum accompany you.